Hi guys. So let's talk about this Steve Bannon arrest that just happened. First of all, that's so awesome. The world feels like a better, cleaner place knowing that he's been arrested. Wonderful. Now, I pulled out the cards from my Volume 5 read because I realized I think that it's in here, this arrest, and I'm only pointing that out because, well, and then I'm going to clear this and then do a clean read on Bannon and this arrest and everything like that. But I feel it's connected. And if you go back to, I did a reading called Operation Dump Trump. I'll put the date below if you wanted to check it out. But it talks about all these units, and it's like we're in a World War III. And it's like, I talked about this like war, and see, I just got like chills on that, like in a war room, and there are these units working together, and they are planning, strategizing when to drop certain things to create for the enemy, like you would in a real land war, the instability. I don't know what's coming next or who knows, but there's also like another layer of who knows what and who's flipping on who. And, and then when you get questioned, you don't know what you need to give up. It just weakens the enemy. And it's so interesting if you listen, and everyone should listen to Amy at Truth Warrior Tarot, Truth Warrior Healing. And she read on Steve Bannon this morning, first thing, when she heard the news. And she also was feeling, and has been saying for a while, this working together of things. And I think she even said something like a war. It's like a war room kind of thing. But by the way, we're winning. So be happy. This feels so good today. And I just want to analyze a couple things that I feel like, especially this, just real quick before we do a Bannon read. There's a couple of twos here, and I'm like, and now I'm like, feel like, and I still do believe there's more to come long term that has to do with foreign intelligence helping us to understand this whole world thing, this world operation. It's like we've got this is like the world war that we're in. There's a criminal operation, but then there's also a law enforcement and like intelligence operation it's like that's who's battling against each other. And the two, and I don't know if it was trying to say there's another thing that's also about to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like not only like, okay, the collusion, yes, that's Volume 5 is showing us more and more collusion, but also was this a little bit of a like two things are going to happen at once. So let's look at these cards because when I heard it was Bannon and 3 guys arrested. And I did say I felt like this was like Paulie Manafort and what's his name, Roger Stone. But it was more like feeling a vibe of that, like, I can't even, like when I try to even go into that energy, it's just like the sort of worst of the bottom feeders and this is like so that fraud that they talked about that I believe, by the way, is connected to the inauguration. And I think that that's why one of the reasons, I mean, Steve Bannon, terrible thing that he did, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars for himself and his buddies to live lavish lifestyles while collecting money for this supposed wall fund. Oh, and also money laundering was part of it. So interesting, the 2 charges too. But like, I think there's more to what they want from Bannon. They want to, naturally you would think they want to bring in Bannon on these charges so that they can get more information from him about bigger things. And it also unsteadies the enemy in this whole world war, very much so, doing all of these things. They've got Roger Stone now, they've got Ghislaine. So that's pretty cool. I got it wrong. I said, because I couldn't figure out who this King of Swords was. So I said, well, maybe that's Assange, because I was reading on Volume 5, and it does, the guy, Assange. No, Assange is one of these guys, I think. They're all just these bottom feeders trying to, like, get self-serve. They're just thirsty. That's what I get, just thirsty and schemy, these guys. This King of Swords, I don't know who this is. And it's interesting because the person who made this arrest, yeah, so she took over for Jeffrey Berman, but I just, for some reason, I also don't feel like that's Jeffrey Berman. It's like someone even higher up. I don't know if it's actually Mueller. Mueller seemed like he was sort of ready to retire. God bless him. But it's that like level, that feeling. So I wanted to correct myself when I felt this hit with Bannon being arrested this morning. Its connection, I believe, to this timing of this whole world thing that's at the base here. You know, it's the criminal operation, it's the law enforcement operation, but it's like both. It's the world war that we have at the base of everything that's happening here. So I just wanted to start with that, and then I'll do a Bannon Read, and we'll see what we get out of that. Thanks for watching. I forgot to add another weird and strong hit I got looking at this spread again this morning on that Four of Swords in the lower right-hand corner with the crow resting on its back. I knew when I read on this the first time it was relating to Congress being on break right now, but I couldn't quite put my finger on why it felt so significant. I just took it as an insult that this huge Volume 5 would drop while they're on vacation. But now I feel like, as far as the bigger operation is concerned, this timing is purposeful to them, and it feels very ominous to me. Like, if I had to guess, I'd say they don't want any guilty or involved parties to be able to communicate with each other right now in the hallways or whatever to get stories straight. If they want to communicate, it would have to be in a more noticeable way, like taking a long drive or via some kind of traceable communications, I believe. And I know that sounds really crazy, but I feel that, and I feel that people are nervous. And if we're to believe that there are people in Congress involved in this Trump-Russia collusion cover takeover of the White House, which I think we do, then this actually does make sense, even as crazy as it feels. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out here exactly how to word this question on Steve Bannon. A couple things I think of that persist in my mind with Steve Bannon are my feeling that he's involved in generating a lot of the online disinformation stuff. He likes to go around to different countries and recruit these far-right young people through like the gaming and stuff. And then what else? He worked at the White House during the inauguration. Is the inauguration going to come up? Is that something? The inauguration, what they said the inauguration cost is not nearly what the inauguration actually cost. There seems to be a missing like $25 million there also, maybe more, I can't remember. So is that what they're after? Trying to find the fraud in some of the spending of the White House. And then what else? Well, let's just see then in general also. Steve Bannon. How are you feeling and how is this going to go? Steve Bannon. Okay, you guys, so this is so cool, such a cool read. I also have had 2 cups of coffee, so I might be a little hyper. This is why I don't do readings in the morning, because I drink coffee. It's not just the coffee. These cards are major, and this is just very cool. So, I mean, immediately with the upside down King of Pentacles, the cards are with us. They're like, yep, they got Bannon on this money fraud scheme. So that's there. Covered by this 7 of Cups. Now, of course, I immediately thought, oh, the disinformation campaign, that I always think Bannon is behind all of that. And that might be showing itself here, but I also think it's confirming for me that this arrest, it's not really what it's about. You know what I mean? This is like sort of a illusion delusion card. It is what it is, but it's also, they are looking into a lot more regarding Bannon. Of course they are. So that is being clarified here in the cards very nicely. Up here, 6 of Wands. This is about the elevation of Trump into the presidency. Oh, all the little minions elevating Trump into that presidency, and Bannon was one of them. And guess what? Collusion. It was with a foreign power. Yes, that's what all of this is about. Oh, man. At the base, oh, I'm getting chills. Ace of Wands. This made me feel, this I think is so cute. If you look at it's like New York City, right? And this was a New York bomb that just happened today with Bannon. And I was talking about that world, that bigger operation of all the different law enforcement and investigations. And today was New York's. This was a big one for New York. And I just love this card. I love that crow looking over the city. Like, I got you. We're watching over you. And the wands always for me is that gavel hitting the desk with the judge. And so that's what we got today. We got that judge's gavel, and there's just such a feeling of protection over us in this. So that's so cool. I love that. This is interesting. I'm getting chills again. I'm getting so many chills on this, you guys. So this was in my volume 5 read right here, saying we're dropping, it's another drop of, and it's a fish. It's a big fish. But it's always, we're getting these drops everywhere, and it's all like more connected. It's bigger than it always is. And this also made me wonder, is there another drop coming? Because this is in the coming forward. It could just be saying, like, because it's so fresh, it just happened this morning, that this is going to be us for a couple days examining this drop. Or, one thing I thought is like Giuliani next. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a read on that. But High Priestess and 4 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, he wants to keep everything very close. He doesn't want to give up what they want from him. Oh, and look at that. It's New York in the back. I think that's New York. It's New York-ish. This High Priestess. So with Steve Bannon, I've always felt like that he was involved in the disinformation campaign and black magic. I'm just gonna say it. There's some black magic weirdness with that guy. There's that cloak of like darkness about him and his secrets, and he likes to wear that cloak, and he doesn't want to give anything up. Ugh, such yucky energy that he has. I mean, I love the High Priestess, but for him, he is so like two-faced. He has dark secrets, and he carries others' dark secrets of others, and that's his power. And I do think he's like a weird like black magic guy. I did a reading 4 months ago on like his on black magic being used in like psyops, on us in this collusion. And I did that based on some CIA documents that showed that Russian intelligence had been studying whatever they consider to be black magic. I'm sure everybody has a different way of defining that, but whatever Russian intelligence studied, is that something they've been trying to use on America? Is that why everyone's acts so crazy? Is that how these cults and these conspiracy theory cults get started? I don't know. I don't think that's what they are arresting him for. I think it's more about the collusion and all that. But when I feel this card, that's what I feel, that ickiness about him, which is why I've not wanted to read on him, actually. But now that he's arrested, it feels better. Yeah, not wanting to give anything up. And this is very interesting. Before we did this, it was like the message, like, turn over some cards. Here we have this upside down 3 of Swords. Now, like this. So the first thing I think when I see that, like, does he have heart problems? Is he going to have a heart attack? Is he going to fake a heart attack? Because there's something corrupt and upside down about this. I think he's afraid of being killed. Hopes and fears. I don't think he's afraid for his health. I think he's afraid that someone's going to kill him. And I don't think that's at all out of the question. I don't see it necessarily happening, but if something happens, Steve Bannon has had a heart attack, I would not believe it. There's something sketchy about it. Maybe he's going to fake one. There's something tricky to that, which is why it's upside down. Inauthentic. I'm very happy to say, getting out of that cruddy energy, the Chariot. Ugh, it's like I feel like I like dipped down into like yucky energy, and now I want to lift up with this Chariot card. This is such a strong, positive card. We are moving forward. We're moving forward. Fast, strong, hard. Like, it's on. Whatever this world war is, like, it's on. And then at the base, at that time, I got this very long story, but it's quick. But is interesting. So the Magician I do have as my card that sort of also represents these powers of these many investigations working together. So that is represented here. The Chariot, this was underneath the Chariot, so it's moving forward, full speed ahead. It's moving forward. This, and it's so interesting because these cards all showed up in my volume 5. All of them. I don't think that one did. But yeah, just these. And it's interesting because I see it now as the Magician sort of using these same techniques against the people who use these techniques against America, but basically getting everyone paranoid and fighting with each other. They're getting the bad guys to be like distrusting of each other. They don't know who's going to tell what. They're fighting. There's infighting now. This is just the 10 of Swords. There's a massive, just major anxiety. It's the end for them. It's the end. And they want them to feel it's the end. Oh my God, it's the end. It's over. The Hermit. I got stuck on this Hermit card for a minute, but I know what it is now watching back. It's important for them to get these people alone in an interrogation room. And I say these people, of course that applies to Bannon in this case, but also like Ghislaine or others who they've been able to get into a room where they can't be communicating with each other and getting their story straight. So this card is interrogation. And this might not be something that like happens quickly. The Hermit has to take time with a lot. So there's going to be a lot more that they're going to have to look at the more they can get out of him. I also see this 3 of Cups very clearly now, especially connected to that interrogation card. They want these guys to turn on each other, to rat each other out in hopes of minimizing the trouble that they are in. And then here we have our King of Swords again, saying, yes, I'm here. I'm overlooking all of this. Yeah, of course they're going to give him offers that he doesn't want. More strength in this 9 of Cups. So they have so much. Be happy about that. They have so much. And this upside down 10, another completion card, this upside down 10 of Pentacles, this is the corrupt money operation. Here's living large. Everybody's got money. Everybody's like set for life, but it's upside down. It was corrupt. And that's what they're after. And then here, just so interesting, these 2 cards at the end, this is the world war. This is like right and wrong versus corruption. And that's what we have here. And for me, the Hierophant is winning. This is, FBI, law enforcement, the rules of our society. And this is just corruption. And this is just crushing the corruption. And then, wait till you see the clarified cards I got on this Chariot. It couldn't be more awesome and beautiful. We've got the Empress and we've got Strength. And how do you get cards this strong? Just really like comforting. This is like America, the beautiful, the land of so much. The protected by the Chariot, so much strength. And everything's moving forward. Whether or not, I'm not saying like Trump's going to get dragged out of the White House, but this is there, hovering over him. And then this Knight of Cups, just an added like, the notion of a knight. It's like there are people out there fighting for us. It's like a gift of love for us, for this country. It's happening. And it's like, it's not just the big players like this Knight of Swords, but all the people working for us. So awesome. And then, at the base there, I see the loss that's coming for them. And this Temperance and this 7 of Pentacles also tells me that patience again. Their loss is here. It's already here. The Temperance just saying there's just a lot of like dotting I's and crossing T's that has to happen. And this is like that sitting on the nest, the 7 of Pentacles. Sitting on the nest. An egg takes a long time to hatch, but that's where we are. So just be patient and just feel so good about today. It feels so good. We're moving forward. That Chariot card was just like everything, like so confirming. Yes. And the Strength and the Empress and the Knight of Cups. Like we are so strong moving forward. So try to like soak up this energy and be with it because we need to put as much energy into this to help that, to strengthen that outcome. It really helps. So that's my read on that. Thanks for being here to listen to my read with me. Let me know if you had any thoughts or hits on this. And like and subscribe if you would. And thanks so much. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.